All right, let's get started. Let's break some stuff. No, I'm posting the stuff that I'm live, and I'm making sure all the notifications went out. Blah blah blah. There we go. Cool. All right, let's see. Gotta make sure the right things are up. There we go. There's chat. Oh, there's still an ad in progress on Twitch. Oops. I always forget that too. That's always wonderful. Cool. All right, so we left off earlier. Oh man, I just was not feeling good. Oh man. I just suck sometimes. Like my brain just sometimes is not there. I just need more sleep or get out and do stuff. But yeah, so we done broke some more things. No, I didn't do too much. We worked on a little bit of the water. Fix this. The gradient. What's misspelled? There's a freaking grade I rant. Oh my god. I never noticed that before. I've just been skipping along. So I did that color. I think I do want to change that. We're gonna change that really fast. Blender. Just to make it look better. I actually like that gray better. Doing something like that rather than gold. But for the most part, alright, let me check this. I've been having an issue with like YouTube chat didn't work. Now I'm trying to figure out a way to play that the best way. Okay, cool. Let's do this. These can be smooth. Yeah. So those can be smooth. So we'll do a split here. So we'll force that mark sharp. But really, let's take this and literally just something like that, right? Probably even kind of like this color. We got a couple little different grays here. Some a little more neutral than others. Let's try that one. And then for these, there's some weirdness going on where I think this one I want to move. Nope. Got that on. Like, okay, there we go. No. I'm just trying to see what's happening. Okay, and then it should just be shade flat. And then I need to figure out the way this needs to be exported. How was it before? What's this? I think I can fix face transform. I think it's this being set. Like, don't I have to set this with face? I always forget. I gotta relook up how to do it. I remember this setting. Something like that. No mesh found. Perfect. So it's saying there was no mesh in here. Did I save with that not selected? That would just be funny. Right. It's doing this stupid thing. It did update it. Yeah, so it's not face either, it's something else. See. Is that what I need? No. What is up with the normals being mapped? I'm getting some weird data. I must have them on the wrong setting for sure. Now you can see this didn't actually update. The one in here is a random one. See, my bad. No, that's actually something I already know how to. I mean, it's from it updating, and like it's not going away from the temporary version for whatever reason. Alright. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, now I'm wondering. I think I have a file somewhere where I actually saved the correct I don't even know. Okay. I'm trying to think back to my old files and stuff. Because it was in here at one point. I wonder if it's in the installed version of Blender. Like, I have the correct export. Because I know everything I do on there, that's correct and stuff. Anyways, it's I was thinking about it too. I don't know if I'll end up doing it, but I know for the other, is this map? It is not this map. It might have been that map at some point. No, it's this map, I think. For this map, I had made. Oh, that's the thing. Okay. So. Lost it at some point. The presets for recording. Especially. Okay, cool. So it's something that I have done in the past, and I was wondering, not wondering, more so I was thinking about it. It might be nice to do where we get this kind of camera. We're in here. My only issue is I don't think I ever worked out a way to make sure we don't like fly super fast. So maybe I like the location is a blend between both this result and the because what happens is basically if you're able to skip ahead, right, we get this jump. So I was wondering, like, maybe because it would be nice for stuff like this, right, where I don't necessarily want the camera to follow, but I want the player to be able to go there. And we could basically redirect the player's look a little better than a static camera in one direction. It just changes how certain things work. So like right here, right? We'd go here, and then this one specifically goes to a different camera. And then when we leave it, it goes back. I don't like that. And then this is another one as well. So I would need to figure out a way to interpret that better. But I'm thinking, like, what if we go to... Because I think this would be nice, right? Being able to actually turn and go around a map. But then there's things like this where that's just not set up correctly. And maybe the issue is that I just need more detail in it. And then there'd be an exit, right? And I need to play around with those settings more. But I feel like maybe if we interpret between the standard camera and whatever this is at times, we could get a better result. Also, I forgot I had these little... That's fun. So yeah. Yeah, this would be, you know, we bring that back. And then I just spend my time kind of figuring out what the best way forward would be for a lot of these places. Yeah, I think something like that could be fun. Like, there's a reason we did it in the first place. But that's something to test later. I think my issue with this camera is that, like, if we... So, like, for instance here, right? And maybe this is where I just need camera rules that I set up. So, like, one would be... Oh. Excuse me. I think we should set it up where the camera doesn't follow if we're off the ground from jumping, so that it's not moving all the time. And then so like here, right? It could be nice if the camera stayed there, and then I have to go back here and can explore. The issue would arise when we get to cases like this, where there's a line, right? So camera, it basically interprets to a location on the spline point, and then interprets the second spline point, which is the camera, to look at that area based on the player's closeness to it. And this is where I would have to redesign the system, right? So like somewhere like right here, right? If the player went up, we can't have a spline go both up and this way. So what I think would have to happen is we would have it here, we would zoom in, and then we'd interpret to a new one up here. It's just a matter of like we're working out what that would feel like. And I don't know what that out today or something. I don't know. For some reason it's on my mind. Like we could figure it out probably, but I think that would be fun to do. Like it would add a lot more to places, and then I could kind of design around it, and like this is the spline camera, and this is a camera system that I've made a couple times. So like because it's been on my like brain to make something like it. So like we line it up, right? So camera one. So wherever it starts is how it would go. And then we just, so this would stay probably here. This would go there. This would go there. And then let's go up. Right, because it's based on how close it is to the thing. Is there a way to select multiple of these? I don't think so. But then we can also have that dynamic rising and falling. I think it would then get weird though. So like here, right? Where we're more in like a wild area, where it's like, okay, the player might come from here and fall down. So what would happen type thing? That's my concern. What's that camera volume? So this change camera, and that's where these camera volumes are for too. It's like maybe this is only for certain areas. So like next camera, last camera was the fixed camera. So this might be something that like I blend in and out of depending on where we're at. So like this isn't updating enough, but and the settings aren't right, but something like that, right? Where we can camera's got to go way higher. Yeah. Default. Let's expose some of the settings. Distance threshold. Narration max. Get player. Be true. Because then it's always looking at the player, not the blind point. Lock camera rotation? I don't think so. But like that would give us something a little more like this. Right? So that means like we could come in here, and because there's no camera up here, we're gonna get a view of something, but we're still gonna be at the street level, right? And that's why I was saying, like, I think it could be nice, because then we'd get this different side, we'd get this different view, right? We'd be able to explore these different areas. But then there's stuff like this where it's like, okay, if there's no spline, what do I do? I mean, really, realistically, there'd be a spline over there that we switch to. That also looks at the camera, right? And so like right here, we'd probably have those splines going. Whoa, that was weird. Random slowdown. All right, let me make sure this is on. And we can close this now. But like right here, right? So like right here, I'd want it to start transitioning up towards this. And that's where we'd have to figure out like this type of system. Oh. And maybe that's just exactly what we do. We go from here. We say leave the spline. And then we figure out a good blend time where this is the fix. Right. And then I just, oh wait, let's try going to this camera. And then it's like, so we go from there to there, right? I mean, that doesn't feel too bad. And then we go back. I think we got to speed this up a little bit, but also at the same time, like, I think it's just half the rotation, right? Like, the rotation doesn't seem to be going fast enough. Yeah, see, that's cool. I didn't even notice I went back. compared to like that, right? Like that, it's not what we want. But like that's not bad. Okay, I mean combined it might be something. Might be something. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Wait, close the. Can't see the close button. All right. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. All right, so from here, I actually don't mind that. I don't like, obviously, the box back, and we'd have to figure this out to cover all, like, the possible ways the player could get back here. And I think that's where, like, if I make the spline system itself better, like I'm not gonna notice the issue, or not the spline. If like the normal camera itself has some sway to it, has some, you know, a little bit of details to it. So like right here we could sway back and forth, maybe. Like maybe that's all I need. It's like let's add a little bit of sway. How would we do that? So we would do like get player speed. Because then it like I don't know. Because that would. The nice thing is we could use like to look at inside buildings too to make it more cohesive. That's my overall goal. Because I mean it's not a. It'd be like a camera lag, but I want to. It would be a camera lag of rotation. So like, kind of like behind. I mean, I wonder if that alone would do it. Because it's not really rotating, right? Even they get that small. There we go. Hello? Game? Okay, cool. Alright, so what's this doing? This is this is the so this sets the camera distance. So what we need to do is on this. So this just updates distance. What we need to do is say something like this, right? We do get the rotation. Man. I mean, we could almost do, there's a lookout function. Right. And that would just be camera target versus the camera itself. Or I guess this actor. I mean, yeah, good self. No, let's do the camera. Get location. Get location. There we go. Jeez. Did not type there. Yeah, so fine lookout rotation. And then this by default. Brake rotator. Get rotation. I know that I can right click that and get this information, but I don't like doing that because sometimes that breaks and then your file breaks, right? It's really weird. All right, let's see what this does. I think it's doing nothing. Perfection. No, wait, where did I put that? Open here. Interesting that it does nothing. Just do this. There's also another look at. Hello? Look at. Oh no, let's add maybe. Is that my issue? Oh, there's also the station. This maybe. Let's see what that does. Okay, there we go. I mean, that alone also just makes this feel kind of good. I think we can interpret though, so that it not instant, right? That way we can control the speed, and that can be an option in settings as well. So that, and then interp. So we can get current. second. And then like have something closer to like 8. I think the camera itself only interrupts at like 10. So I click on something. I think something's opening. Yep, Visual Studio. Tries. So close that. We didn't need this open. I double clicked and noticed what happened. Specifically the orange herb too. And this is gonna be something we can change too. Sorry, JetBrains crashed. The nice thing is we can replace this later. Okay. Cool. That's my plan, is to have this whole thing replaced a little bit. Alright. There we go. Now it's a little less. Doesn't seem so extreme. Oh, JetBrains again. Visual Studio. I could probably fix that even more. And then let's do like we were talking. So on player height. Do something like this. It's like an on jump or something, right? Like. So can jump, but isn't there another? Is jump providing force? I think. Player character. And then do a from here. Besides just the offset, hammer target. Hey, agent. Not sure what we do here, but hold on. I actually gotta be right back. I realized I had no water. My like foot was starting to cramp up. I was like, "Ooh, that's not good." All right, yeah, it should be. It might be something like this. I'm not sure if this is what I want. We'll figure it out. But I was trying to make it a little more platforming, right? So like when Mario jumps and is in the air, it doesn't always track his, at least rotational wise, it's not tracking his falling, right? So what I was thinking is we would do that. We would say, to not do that, obviously. I mean, we kind of already cut that out for this rotation of things. But just in case, because I was thinking like that, right? So like if we, like this, right? Even just that, I don't think it should follow. It's just a matter of how do we do that. I guess we could do this. We could say, I'm providing force. We could store. We would say like this location, right? So we would get this Z. Right. Vector. I could probably actually just look up this and see exactly how they do it. Just throwing that out there, just in case we end up not making anything useful. So we could probably do that, and then say something like what? Like, I'm thinking basically store this as a variable, where if this gets called, store this as a variable, and then if the other one gets called, store it just zeroed out. I don't know. Let me think that over a little more first, because I don't know if it's when I want the player to jump either. We'll see. Overall, it's feeling better though, I think. Than just, I need to fix that. Like it needs to be instantly at the player. And then like that, right? So what's happening there? This isn't fading in, right? Yeah. So let's make it where it's like a default 3 seconds. Oh, well, that is none of the options. That's not supposed to be an option. So yeah, something like this where we can see a little more. I like it. I think this would be fun. I think there's definitely areas that's gonna cause issues, like right here, right? Obviously, I can just go this way. Well, now I'm on the wrong camera, right? So maybe we have it where it's only when we're overlapping this that it's in this mode, and we just make it the size of whatever that it needs to be. And then we can also like this can go further, right? So like it can be literally. This is what I was thinking for all the streets, basically. Like, I'm not 100% sold on it, but I think we can get there. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. 4. I don't know what happened. I forgot what happens if it starts here. I think it needs to go through the whole thing still. So let's double check that. And it's just a maybe. I still don't know if I like it. We probably honestly have an option to turn it off. Would probably be best. Yeah, some people might not like that, and like that's something I have to design around, and we'll have to actually go in there and set the right camera up. Obviously, this was just me going really fast, but like right there, it doesn't work. Like here's a little better. Not the best. And then like the transition out, I think it's not too bad. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyone have opinions? Probably not. Let me suffer in silence. It's all good. But yeah, that's something. I don't know. And like, obviously we can, yeah, so like these ones would be, what would we change? Be right over. Oh yeah, that's what I was. Does it snap or no? It just goes right here, right? Yeah, so that's not too bad. Then like right here, we zoom back. Right here, we cut back. Put the one up there. This is a natural camera. Okay. I know I'm spending a lot of time. I didn't even know it was like, let's go fast. Okay, cool. I don't know. It's something. It will be different. I think it adds to it a little bit. It makes it feel a little more dynamic. Something like this is a no-no. We'll have to make rules for it, basically. I feel. I'm not sure why this isn't going when there's clearly a closer one. So that's weird. And then another thing I had been thinking about instead is, instead of doing something like this, we could also technically combine. Oh, you know what? There's too many. That's why it's freaking out. Look, it's on the wrong damn one. I explained it. It's like, instead of it being like this, where it's a track, I was thinking I could also, with just the normal system I had, do like a look at system where we do like focus points, maybe. And by that I mean more like, what if we had Like so like it would basically be we trace out, get the closest like closest camera modified sphere, whatever, right? And use that, right? So like instead of this where it's like it's doing it constantly based on this track, we'd remove this spline and then kind of do the same rules, but then use the standard camera. And like, so like this would be we'll just pretend like we'll put something down, right? Like say there's a box or something here or something here, right? We would have it where like this is a focus point or marked that way, so that when we're closest to this, we're lerping between camera neutral, right, and focus point 1. If there's a focus point nearby. That way we can still have it where it goes, you know, to look at works. But then it's like, okay, here, like here, right? It could be like looking at something over here. So because of that, it would like the camera would go right. So like say that was the closest to look at, it'd make the camera go like this instead. Like split the difference between the two things. I mean, honestly, I might even just keep this alone. Just this kind of feels good. And I bet that's gonna feel great with a controller. And then this, let's do so interp speed. And like do 15. I feel like that's faster, so we need to go interp speed like 1, 2. That's not bad. We'll fix the split the difference. Let's do like 6. Okay. I don't know, not too bad. Not too bad. Even for now. I don't think I should even this block out. And this will get the grass. Grass ground. Basic. I need to use the wall tool. We have it. We made it somewhere. It's over here, right? Like, said it yesterday, and then I don't remember ever using it. Did we? No? Alright. I think we need an even model is what it was. Oh, we got that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that means we set mesh. Width 400. And then just set this. Instead of manually placing stuff. I mean, this doesn't help any. Really. At the end of the day. At least this one specifically. Those are all placed. This one. Something. Something. We'll be an ad in 3 minutes. Nice. Okay, cool. So I was thinking about these, and it's like, even if all we did was put them at like the entrance, right? So like put them at the hey. Oh, god dang it! I'm trying to move the thing. Hey, God, how's it going? Og. Not much, honestly. I was playing around with like implementing the actual camera system I got. Like we could do this, right? So then on exit we would just boop. That's not it though, because there is no model applied to this. Not too bad. Finally upgraded your C drive from 500 gigs to 4 terabyte. Oh, nice. Yeah. Honestly, it's not too bad. I have like the software that comes with one of the drives that I have that I just use. Like they normally all come with like a Cronus cloning. All your PC has a terabyte of nice, dude. That's one thing I need to upgrade. So like right now I still have like 32 gigs of RAM, and that's my bottleneck a lot of the time, especially streaming. If I'm trying to do like ZBrush plus Unreal, it just, you know, crashes from hard drives. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, that's the important bit. Is like, and like, there's certain times like I can't model as high like detail in ZBrush because I run out of RAM so fast. At 32. But it was one of those things where it's like I had the option to buy cheap RAM, and it's like, well, just to upgrade, you know, like do 74 or 64. But it's like, okay, then I can't use my other ones that I have in here. But then it's just like, okay, well, now the new DDR5 or 6, right? Whatever's out. Yeah. Let me know if you're in an ad, too, so I'm not speaking to myself. Like, my bad. I'll wait, I guess. Ad break, yep. That's how it works. I need a thumbs up. Alright, YouTube people. You don't get an ad. I shouldn't say YouTube people. I'm pretty sure I'm not technically supposed to be like, you don't get ads on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's against the TOS, but what I meant to say is, while Twitch is on an ad break elsewhere, let's see what we'll talk about. No, let's implement this. Hey! My cat's coming over here, and my cat like randomly likes to walk up to me and then just like pat me. Be like, hey, come here. What is that? Oh, I forgot to set it. We didn't set the camera in here. Next camera is that one. Twitch is on ad break? Yeah. Yeah. I need to like I saw a couple streamers though like put an ad window up on here, like so like people know like, hey, Twitch is on ad break. We're, you know, doing serious. This is time to badmouth all the Twitch people. No. There we go. All right, that's the opposite side. I need to set up the debug for this. Let's go. So look at player. Yeah, why is it going all the way over there? And why is it way... What the heck? Why would... The closest one is this one right here. Why are we... Is it inverted? Oh, it also doesn't have the same count. Yeah, I think there's a debug. Alright, welcome back. What were we saying? Sorry about that. Yeah, so like, it's one of those things where it's like, I could spend the money and get more RAM, but then because like DDR6, 5, whatever the newest one is out, it's like, well, I might as well get that, but to get that, I'll need to upgrade my motherboard and CPU, and like, I have a CPU that's really nice, so it's like, is it still worth it, to upgrade? Yeah, like, I get that, and it's just like, well, it's like, well, I don't want to, my CPU is going to be great for a couple years, Like literally the what's it called? So I have the AMD 5800X 3D, and because it's the 3D cache on it, like it performs better than even their newer CPUs in some scenarios. Besides the other, yeah. So it's like I don't want to buy. It's like I've been putting off buying RAM just to sell it in another, you know, little bit, but at the same time, it probably would be a good thing to do. Never get the newest hardware. Yeah. No, I mean I agree with that. And that's where it's just like I'll probably won't get the newest CPU for another generation or two, because it's like I don't need it, because it's like actually like performance-wise, it's not there yet. At least for what I use it for, right? I mean GPU's the same way, but it's just like I upgraded it knowing it would last a couple years, but I didn't upgrade my RAM. And I probably should have, because I went from like a 2600 to the 5800. But honestly, I love the AM4 platform. Like it's being able to do that a couple years apart and get a great upgrade, like, is awesome compared to having to upgrade everything. It just sucks, obviously, when they moved on. No, I knew they were moved on, but all right. So what is happening? Is the debug on? No. Hold on. Let me. So these are splines, which means I can do the things on them. They're all debugged. Oh. I think they've broken them. I mean, it should be this, right? Right when DDR5 came out? Yeah. No, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, and it's the RAM works like that too, where it's like the first ones aren't as fast because of the latency, right? So I mean, I don't think you should, because it's like it goes up, it doubles the latency, and then it's like, okay, then it takes time to lower back down because they're, as we all overclock the freaking thing. Cool. Okay. Something like that. We'll figure it out, to be exact, but I'm liking it. I think it could add a little bit of that flair that's needed. A little bit of, where it's nice to also be able to change directions, because that means maybe we can hide something that wouldn't necessarily be possible here. So, like, let's find a building that this would work on, right? So, trying to think. But it's one of those things where we could turn the camera. So like here, right? We'll pretend. And like honestly, a lot of people go the bleeding edge, and then it's like, I regret, like, so I bought my graphics card when it was still expensive, or I mean it wasn't full price, but like they dropped prices, so I was like, yeah, let's get it. And then they came out like the 4000 series, and there's been this bug with the 3000 series for an NVIDIA with DirectX 12. We were talking about it the other day, or I was talking about it with someone. Yeah, right. Where it's like, for whatever reason, DirectX 12 has issues with the 3000 series. I don't know if it's but and it's specifically Unreal too, and Unreal Games, where like for whatever reason, I think NVIDIA did some weird memory crap again, like they did a few years back. But for whatever reason, like I'll get just driver crashes for DirectX 12. And it's not just like Unreal; it's actual games I've bought and things like that. No, I think it's specifically the 3060 series and the 3070 series. Because I've met a couple, and like I think the 3090, some people are having issues with, like it's similar to like that. There was something where we had to like disable like the multi-view plane in here for a while because it would like, I mean, and it's one of those issues where it's not, I think it's, the reason I think it's probably like the memory configuration is like, that's something that like per vendor changes, right? So it could be your vendor put some more, like they reconfigured it in a way, the little bit of control they have nowadays, where they're supplying more juice to the card. And like, so it's one of those things where it's like, because I was talking to someone who has a 3090. Yeah, so same exact thing. Similar type of crashes. And that's why I was saying is I know it's an Unreal thing, but it also happens in other games. So I don't know if it's just that the way people are implementing DirectX 12 is just like, I don't know if it's just like DirectX 12 is that sketchy still, which it shouldn't be. It's been here forever. And I know obviously we now have DirectX 12 Ultimate, DirectX, you know, like the add-ons to it. But I feel like, yeah, that's so weird. Because I've had it with like Call of Duty does the same thing randomly, and it will be like every other patch they have this same issue. But I know that they also have AMD issues with it, where like AMD didn't work for 6 months. So it's one of, that's why I was like, I'm not 100%. That's why I think it's just something about the way both vendors are implementing certain things, and also Unreal, and then also, but it's not just Unreal that I've had the issue with. So it's one of those things where it's like DirectX in general. Like, what the hell happened? DirectX, which is so funny to me, because like DirectX 12 is supposed to use like tons less memory. Because of it has some built-in, you know, savings and compression and things like that, where, so it's like, but I don't know if it's like just, maybe it's because they use like, I mean, I know obviously like the RHI stuff for Unreal, like I don't know how they implement it on the low end of stuff, but like to me it's like, I don't know if they like save time on implementing the Xbox SDK and like merged it with like some Windows calls, and like we're just getting some weird errors because of that, and you know, or what, but like I can't assume because I honestly have no idea. So anything I say is just freaking yeah. And that's when the DirectX 12 no, I knew what you meant. So the interesting bit about that though is that's when DirectX 12 Ultimate came out, roughly, if you think about it. Because that came out with Windows 10 like H2 or something like that, which is the ray tracing and other support came with that. So it's technically 12.1 is what they call it. So I don't know. Maybe they're, yeah. I don't know. DirectX 12 in general, I think for Unreal has always been lacking. But now it's just even more so where I'm like, come on. Like, we shouldn't be getting, unless I'm doing something crazy. We shouldn't be still getting errors for opening a map, opening a thing. Maybe my expectations too high. What are these called? I already forgot. Change camera. So I was trying to... Oh, excuse me. I was trying to say, what if we do like this, right? So we could technically use this to do like secret... Whoa. I didn't like that. Sorry. Last camera, next camera. Oh god. Oh god. Just sit through it. Nope. What the fuck? Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's what I told. So like, I was watching someone the other day, and they were talking about how they finally converted to UE5, and they were having tons of issues because of DirectX 12, or just they weren't sure why, so they switched it to like Vulkan, but then Vulkan doesn't support tons of stuff. So yeah, we could do hidden things like that. So I was like, just switch to DirectX 11. It literally won't crash anymore. It supports everything except for Nanite, basically, and I think virtual shadow maps. And it's one of those things where it's like, if you want DirectX 12, you can see what it's like later in the project. Is what I told him, and it's like, my other project right now is set to DirectX 11. And I was like, the nice thing too is if you are using Nanite, when it's set to DirectX 11, you're gonna see the fallback mesh. So like, if you actually care about that, which like in the versions, the binary builds, the launcher are just now getting some of the things to visually see, you know, Nanite versus non-Nanite, and like the certain changes you can do there. So it's like, if honestly, you should probably just you know, keep it on that for development, and then like you can test the DirectX 12 version later down the line when like drivers are better, Unreal's better. But yeah, so we could do something like this is what I was thinking. Back to what we were talking about, what I was talking about. Right, so like I could hide a chest back here and make it where like with the camera that was available, that wouldn't obviously be an option, but with this camera system it would be. A little bit of Resident Evil, a little I gotta look back in this though, because the last time I actually touched this blueprint was literally like 4 or 5 years ago. This is from a different project that I just imported. I made this literally right when I actually started using Unreal. Was like, I followed some stuff on the forums and then did some stuff myself and made this camera tool, and I'm using it still all these years later. Because originally the game I was working on was much different than it is now, because I basically worked on multiple projects within it, not this game obviously. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I've done some, thankfully I haven't had to worry too much about, you know, clipping. I've done some clipping stuff for like this. Like, you can use the clipping plane in the material, which is fun. So like, that's how you could do like a theme between water and not water, you know, like the post process. It's like we could render something out here, which is nice. Anyways, yeah, camera stuff in the editor is actually really crazy. And speaking of post process, I think I was talking about it earlier. I upgraded the source build of Unreal I have, and I saw that they have so I was telling people I'll probably do a video on it. Is they've added like a post process material chain plugin. I don't know if it works 100% right now, but it basically will let you write a post process to a render target or the screen. So like you could actually do a separate like you could do multiple passes, different areas, different things like that now. Working on a small drone vehicle and you're running into issues with small cameras. Yeah. I wish we had the one thing I wish we had in the editor is like some games, like I know like Mirror's Edge and stuff allows it, where like you can place your you can place like objects on a different render layer or different clipping on them, so like the arms never clip into a wall type of thing for a first person character. There's some cool stuff like that out there, like, or like guns in Call of Duty and things like that, right? Like they normally render on top of everything. It'd be cool to have that kind of clipping power. Any solution I've seen, it's been like uber complex. But yeah, and then they added, yeah, that's what I was saying, is it's like a little more complex and more expensive than like I think in Unity they support like render layers, where you just layer that on top. And like that's how like Mirror's Edge did it with their obviously their own engine, but yeah, there's some, I've seen people do it, it's just more work than it should. But there's another plugin too I was mentioning. They've expanded geometry tools a little bit. So I was going to talk about that. You can now make simple collisions on a mesh and do some other stuff. But there was specifically one thing I was like, ooh, I'll do a video on that. It was the post-process thing, and then some other thing. I'm good with words. Oh, what the heck? Oh no, that's Stream Elements, okay. For some reason, like, sometimes the YouTube chat comes over, and sometimes it doesn't, so I always worry, and I'm like double checking that restream bots, checking, like there earlier someone talked on my last stream, I didn't realize, for 20 minutes. But no, they what was I gonna say? You can't God, what is it now? I know the harmonics thing is now built in, that they got added to Fortnite. Yeah, that's the type of thing I was talking about. Where that could be fun to do. But there was something they added that I was like, ooh, fancy. Post-process. I know properties are now separated out. Damn. Monkey brain, no work. It's fine. Okay, cool. Anyways, I'll keep this. This is a secret only for the people that watch this stream. There'll be a chest here. I don't have chest yet. Oh, hey. How's it going? Is it Mona cool? Cannot. be used. Monocle. For just knowing how to use UE5, try to use that myself. Can I get a hand of it? Nice. I mean, not nice, but yeah, no. What sort of, do you use an engine right now, or are you trying to? I mean, game dev in general, I think, is difficult. Is what I'd say first. Here, we'll do I have notes still? Like I forgot if that's the thing. Yeah, here, we'll put a note right here to add hidden chest for chat. And then we'll date it so that in 2 years when I see this, when I'm telling you guys I shipped the game already, but you know, it's a 2-month game. It's a 6-month game. It's a 3-year game. No. All right. Agent says a game I worked on last year. Someone in the tech art team turned all your weapon materials into its own render pass. Cool. I think the idea was to render the character. Was to render the character as such, but they started with the weapons. Cool. Well, you're attempting to learn. Is Mona, or you just want Monocle? Or is there a better name? Let me know if you hate what I come up with. We'll just say cool. Said you're attempting to learn how to make actually good games in RPG Maker, which, while you know its reputation for making questionable games, you think it's still possible. Says that, I would say tons of people have made some pretty cool games in RPG Maker. And if you don't necessarily make the best game in there, it's to start, right? The best part of game dev, like the hardest part of game dev, is starting, right? First person to say it correctly. Yes, on one of the attempts I made. We'll go through them again. No, I'm just RPG, yeah, exactly. Like, so I started with Construct. So like, specifically Construct 2. It's to make 2D games. It's a little different than RPG Maker, but tons of people look down on it, right? They don't know nothing. But it's just a simple 2D game. Like, the amount of bad art is directly related to people attempting. Yeah. I think also, like, RPG Maker. Yeah, I think Monocle. No, that's what I assumed. Because it was Monocle. So, like, a lot of it, like, bad art specifically. It's like the Unity issue, right? So Unity forced its splash screen forever, so it got associated with bad games. It was just that simple, right? RPG Maker, I think a lot of people associate it with stock art and like default free art, right? Specifically a couple free art packs. But overall, it's a pretty good storytelling device, right? Like, when you think about it, depending on the game you're making, like, think about Pokemon. Pokemon's just 2D sprites. There's nothing advanced to it. So like that's how. So for me, I started with Construct. It was nowhere near this advanced when I used it. But it's a node-based system, right? So I always like to show people, like, the reason I picked up Unreal was because I use Construct. Construct has visual programming, just in a slightly different way. It's simpler than Blueprints, but it's actions and it works the same, right? Like, so RPG Maker, even if you end up moving on from RPG Maker, you're gonna learn something from it. I'm looking for like programming on their thing. Like, show me the page. Show me Resource. We'll just look at a tutorial, right? Come on, where's your good tutorials? Oh my god. Construct, I don't like this new website. Freaking I was trying to see it. God dang it, whatever. Doesn't matter. Either way, they have a... Let's see. We'll probably be in here. Interface. Right. The way it works is you get a event sheet. Right? So, event sheet, similar to a blueprint. In the way that it is, though, is it's similar to a level blueprint. As in, all of your things are going to be on this event sheet for this level. You can have multiple event sheets for a level, all sorts of crazy stuff. But all it is start of level. So this is cause, effect. Right? And like, it teaches you basic conditions, which are just variables. And then, so I moved on from learning this. I made a game. I spent a year making a game. Never shipped it. Shipped a game I made in a month. Shipped another game I made in a month. They did pretty well on mobile. Eventually got sick. Freaking ended up quitting Construct. Moved to Unreal because it went free. But it's literally this easy, right? It's there's an action. This is the result. On start of something, do this. It can be like on overlap, rotate sprite. Right? And like, so that then leads me to where, like, okay, I can now understand blueprints. Right? Start of something, effect. Yeah. That was a bad example for start effect, but you guys know what I meant. Yeah. And that's where it's like, so RPG Maker is no different, right? Like, it's going to teach you the basics of game dev no matter what engine you use. You're going to learn variables. You're going to learn about an asset pipeline of some sort. And like, you're going to learn about, okay, we're making a game. We need a game loop. How does the game play? Okay, well, when it comes to Unreal, it's the same exact way. You got an asset pipeline, you got a game loop you got to design, and then you got, you know, it's just obviously a lot more complex. And I think there's always, like, to me, it's like, it's like the people that, there's tons of people that are like Unity versus Unreal and stuff like that. And like, to me, I'm like, just make games. Use whatever tool you need. Ship your game. Like, that right there is the hardest part, is getting somewhere where you're able to ship a game. And once you do, that's amazing. Cool. Okay. Oh, that's so weird. Sorry, I'm changing. We're making tweaks to the camera and how the camera system works. So we added a little rotation to give it a little drift when we're walking. I like it. Makes it feel a little better. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, we need to set these to be off by default. This I keep seeing it everywhere we go. So render visibility. And then widget 1 will be like widget. Oh, I probably should combine these as well. Good action. So that we're not doing two different UI calls that go. Hey, how's it going? But that's something I'll do for later. Is all right? That's good. Good. I'm doing pretty good too. Yeah, something like that. Oop. All right. I know it's starting to come together. I almost feel like I have to. I think I'm gonna take this Milo model. I think I'm gonna take this Milo model and like simplify it and redo it so that it fits this world a little better. Because I know, like, it's simple already, but I know for a fact that I have to redo the helmet. Game online usual. Okay, all right. And the monocle said, I will say one thing that makes making a combat-focused RPG is the actual balancing of the combat itself. You find that most of the time it's either the player characters one-shotting the enemy or the enemy for sure. I mean, that's the constant, like, to that I would point at, like, the director of, like, Smash Brothers, right? He literally has been hospitalized multiple times because he stays up tweaking every little thing until it's perfect in combat games. Or think about like Call of Duty, Battlefield. Those games have ongoing patches to balance things. Like combat, I think you never have balanced unless it's like a, you know, it's simplistic, or you have it where you know, everything does X amount of damage every time. This does 2 damage. Then it's just setting health, right? But yeah, things go nicely. You see, so you can adjust them. Similar players. Yeah. All right, so this feels nice. I think I'm gonna lock. So we're gonna think in advance here. Is I'm gonna change that to be able to be disabled. But yeah, today's going good. Like players like parry, make them parry, same with skill. Yeah. So like I streamed a little bit earlier, but I wasn't feeling well, so in the morning I sometimes I can't wake up and like I'll be trying to think and I just can't think. But either way. It should rotate. If this way we could do like an accessibility setting. So I'm thinking like this might. It's one of the, like, in the back of my head I always think about, I would have to say like one of the first things I always think about is like accessibility, or at least I attempt to. I would say one issue here could be like, especially if we're running, like that, the back and forth, it just cause people to be a little motion sick. And then like this, so we'll add on here that if you are like we'll figure something out for this as well, where it doesn't look at the player or something, because yeah, that could be an issue. I mean, that's a little rough anyways, but I think having options no matter what is better than having no options, right? Whether they help someone or don't, at the end of the day, it's better to, you know, have it in case someone needs it. Yeah, so that's what I was gonna add is an actual slider as well. Is like figure out what I want it to be and then like do a slow version. And that's why I meant for this to actually be this. But we can do that too because this is already a variable for the interpretation speed. But we can also lock off the actual ball. I mean, I guess this should do it, right? The interp speed. So we would just figure out what this could be clamped to. Because like that, because I could find that annoying. That's how I kind of think about it. And then like, I forgot if I have a command for it, but I always recommend people to look at like, there's a, what am I thinking of? Now I'm like, I'm thinking of a thing, but I can't. There we go. I didn't say, I know it's on Able Gamers. This is one of those things where I recommend at least, like, I think an indie can implement some of these things, especially. And it's not something that you necessarily have to implement every single thing. But, they have this thing called the APX, right? That talk about, like, certain design patterns. For accessibility and designing for accessibility. And so on here, it's somewhere on here. I don't remember where. Dang website. Or like I know one thing I want to add to this is where the player can just use the mouse to click spots to move the player. It's just do I have an issue with scope creep? Do I? The answer is very much so. But yeah, so like this is where I'm thinking of, right? So like a more precise camera. Right. So I have this is my side project. For one, I've given myself a couple months to work on it. I've been working on another project that doesn't have a name yet, because that would be too much of a feature. It's not built at the moment. I need to rebuild it. That it is scope creep the game. I've rebuilt the map multiple times. I've redesigned what type of game it was. It started off as a different game altogether. It started off as like all sorts of things. It's on the right track, but on the very wrong track. But yeah, no, who is it? Quasi TV on here. He doesn't stream that much anymore, but he made Shotgun Farmers, and he has a scope creep emote that I just need a version of it. Because that is me. It's hard. I mean, honestly, to me, I would say there's standard things you can do, right? If you got scope creep, game design document immediately. First thing you do, right? If it's not in the game design document, you're not doing it. It can be for the next game, right? if you already did it, don't do it again. You don't have to remake a dialogue system 4 times. You don't have to spend 6 months on your grass material. Because you're adding different features and optimizing it and stuff like that. My God. Yeah, no, that's where, like, so that is where I would say take the time to figure out what you want before doing it. Right? It might become something else, and that's okay, but you have to let yourself have that happen. Like, you gotta have that little bit of flexibility, always, I feel. But at the same time, you have to have the major pillars there. I know what I want in this game. It's gonna be you're going around talking to people to rescue things. There's gonna be someone you can rescue out here. You're gonna go to the caves, unlock different abilities over time. And then I'm shipping it out the door. But yeah. No, my main game I spent probably 4 to 5 years on actually developing, and it's because it's changed so much. I redesigned the map so many times. I could open a map from 2 years ago and you'd be like, this isn't the same game. In fact, I have a map from 2 years ago. Let's see. Backups. Do I have a map from 2 years ago? I might have deleted them. In fact, I have a map from 3 years ago. I have a map from 2017. When was the last time I opened this? Nope. So it originally started as Milo's Island. That got scope creeped. It's because I've been working, literally, it went from one game to a completely different game, right? And it was more like I trashed all of the thing I had been building. When deciding a game idea, look at what you can currently based on that. And then, yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing is, too, like, my biggest issue, right, is, like, I'll learn something, I'll go back and redo stuff. I'll learn something, you know, whatever it is. And it ends up being where, I'll learn more stuff about materials. Oh, I gotta redo my material for my water. Oh, the water no longer looks good compared to everything else. I gotta fix everything else. Where, like, my original Milo's Island concept was a 1 square mile island. I could have finished that game. I could have shipped that game. I had the island built out. All I needed to build was, like, the underground part of it. And it would have been great. I might lag a little bit. I'm literally opening it. I'm opening a build from whenever, 2018. And I, like, could have went ahead with it. But at the time I didn't know how to do characters. Right? And, like, I ended up not focused on it, and I ended up doing all sorts of other stuff, and, like, I didn't know how to do all sorts of blueprint stuff, so, like, my art side took over, and I did more art, and I worked on art, and that made it where it's like, oh, let's do this other map for the game, and, like, that developed into a different game. Where, like, I've had this idea, and it's like, I could probably make 2 games out of the content I have. But it literally would take 2 years for each of them. And it's like, that's where it's like, this, I don't know. The Milo's Island one probably would have been fun. I regret it now. I made a lot of dumb choices. I mean, but that's working solo. You have to be good at managing yourself. Which is not a skill I've always had. And, like, I had it where in the beginning, oh, Damn it, blueprint corrupted. Can't open my project anymore. I didn't back up because what the hell, source control. Time to make a new project. You know. This game though, no, like, so that's where I'm like, I myself have learned just, yeah, I can say my first idea when I was beginning to make RPG combined with, you know, we hosted, gave up in 3 days. Yeah. So that's where, like, so what I like to recommend for new people specifically that have that type of issue, right? Where not necessarily you give up, but where you have that scope creep issue. And this is what helped me. And this is why I gave up on my first game. But then I just worked on a bigger game, which was dumb. Because it was supposed to be smaller, but then it ended up scope creeping out. Is like, I recommend working on like game jams, right? So RPG Maker, I guarantee has some in that community, but there's like Pirate Software just had a you literally just you hit this goddamn button, you say connect to revision control, you say accept, and then every time you check things in or check things out, you say what you changed. I don't have it connected in editor because I upgrade my editor and the plugin's gone wonky sometimes. I do it separately, but there's no options. What do you mean? When you enable it in editor, right? So you accept this. What happens is all of your settings here, you'll have a check-in, check-out, save. Anytime you hit save, something's going to pop up that says changelog. You just got to set up Git. It's easy. It's especially easy now that they just added a button. Yep. You just have to, and you can store that somewhere else. You can, you can have it where, you can have it where you don't you need Helix core? No, that's Perforce. The editor supports Perforce, Git. I hope that they support their own. So like the UEFN actually has its own system for revision control, which I thought is pretty nice. But it takes up tons of space and it takes forever to save. But I thought they'd be doing something for the main editor. But yeah, it really depends on what you want, like what you want to save and stuff. There's different workflows for both. I find Git's the easiest to set up. Perforce might be the easiest to, like, not easy to set up, but you can find it, honestly, on the docs. Because it literally is just connect. You have to install Git in some way, which you probably already have. The git.exe somewhere. But all you do is you literally, these are set by default, I'm pretty sure. But you just hit that connect to source control. You hit how to log in, and this works the same for Git. You just log in using whatever Git setup you make, and then you'll have a checkout, refresh, and then you can also use this to like pull down from Git. So like I use, like, you can get like the source tree. Or like Git, what's the, like GitHub Desktop's an easy one. If you're like, branching it and stuff, you can literally just come in here, have your repository in here, and go back and forth, and do stuff. But they have it in the docs. They have trying to see if source control in the editor. But you'll know it because it will tell you like sync files, checkout file. Yeah. There's an option for me when you had. But when you did Helix Core, it would never find and connect to your stuff. Yeah, so with that, when you're using that, you normally have to like create it in here first. Like you have to, so you have to. I don't have Perforce connected, but you basically would go here, get your git.exe, log in, right? Hit this, it would make it. It can't do it with this one, but I don't know why it found this random one. But like you would just go to your the plugin stuff in here. So like you need Perforce. It should be enabled by default for you. And then it's basically the same setup. All right, so let's go see an abomination. I have no idea what's in here. Let's go. Yeah, I know. And like I'm obviously saying it really quick and stuff, but this is not the right island. What is this? Well, we were starting something. Look, we got shading, trees. Look at that. Okay, cool. This isn't the game I thought it was. What is this? Nope, this is solely like a temp project. Main island. Come on now. I think that's when I wanted to restart the project. Also, this project started in like 4.14 and I just upgraded to 5.3. So, look how awesome that is. That's a feat on its own. Also, an ad starting in board Twitch, people. In 2 minutes. Nothing I can do. All right. Landscape managers. Yeah, I don't even. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So I actually took this. What's it gonna say? I knew people liked this map too. But sucks. You know what happened is I had a version of this and then I replaced all the rocks because I got someone to model me rocks. And then like I deleted what even started this game, which was there was a whole entire entry here, but the water system came out and I tried it. The funny thing is this has the same player character as my game. Oh, no, it doesn't. Hey, what is this? Look at this. This is like low poly Milo. Look at that run. Hey. Look at these rocks. Yeah, those sexy rocks. Oh, God, we have water chasing us. The sound of water. God, these controls are terrible. Hey, there's pigs with terrible normal maps. Okay, so this is by the time I had changed it to a top-down game, and that's why I was redesigning it, right? So that tells you the multiple steps, right? This started as a 3D platform. got turned into a top-down platform. So I was like, yeah, I could do this top-down thing. But then I was like, oh crap, I can't. I actually like this Milo model. But this was the island, right? So which project is this? This is Milo's Island. Okay. So there's not a different version of this island. Yeah, because where's the town? Sorry, we're off on a tangent now. There's no going back. Yeah, see, we had like... This is where I was splitting off because I had a different game idea. Yeah, this ain't the same game. Oh, you haven't even seen my main game yet. Don't even worry. This isn't the side game that we're working on right now. We're working on a side game at the moment. That's what you've seen. My actual main game is completely different than this as well. But like I wanted there to be like there was a research center here, right? Originally. And then we were gonna be like teleported here. You can see some very early. This is actually right before I made the new map. I can tell now. Because there used to be a portal here. And there used to be a building here. Oh, here's the portal. Because that was going to be how you actually entered in the world the first time. And there's some blueprints that aren't working. Alright, let's check out a different. We're going to go back to now time. But then also, at the same time, let's look at the past some more. So backups. What was the issue here? Failed to launch editor. Uh-oh. Why is that? Let's see. Notepad. Okay, cool. Wonder if we could just do this. Let's whoop. Copy. This might be the working one. Hold on. That just seems like something I would name. Oh, this is the in-between. Between what my project is now and what it became after what we just saw. I know because there's a splash screen. Compared to this build. Oh, I can't launch these. Generate. No. Alright, let's see if I can just copy this content over into that other one that it worked. Might break some things. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so this is my side project. This isn't even my main game. This isn't what we're comparing. Oh my god, sorry. My computer's not happy at the moment. Dear God. Yeah, how many mistakes were made? All of them. Okay, this is saved at least. We can... Hold on. That's compiling shaders. This one's open. Alright. So now let's look for those maps. No, still same thing. Unless it's a different map now. Possible. But I don't think so. No, it's not. Is it in levels or something? I don't know why we're doing this, sorry. Level? Whatever. That one will turn off for now. While this ad is on and stuff, though, I will be right back. Oh, well, the ad is over. I'm sorry. Gotta wait for the shaders, though. I'll be right back. I got up a minute ago. Sorry about that. I should have timed that better. Get up and do some stuff. All right. Anyways, we got one of them open. So this is 2019 version, but really it's 2020. Oh, this one had. See, I know this one's similar because it has similar names. So this one, main island. See what it ended up looking like. Bun Bun Main. Bun Bun Main is what was my second level, aka where that portal goes, aka what my map became. Do I have any part of that map left? Nope. It's all changed. But this is where scope creep, right? This is where you can get scope creep in. It's stuff like this, right? So here's that same island we were just looking at. But more done and less done. I say that because the buildings are here, it looks like. Sorry, I know that the FPS is like tripping out right now. Yeah, it looks like I got rid of the buildings at some point. We added this house. Oh yeah, look at this sexy water. Look how watery it is. I don't, gross, sorry. I apologize for that. But like, this is where we were using some stuff still. There's an entrance to the... there was gonna be a dungeon, right? My idea was like, this is an action adventure game. There's this island that's pretty small. You can explore it 20 minutes, you know, and know most places. But then the idea was that there was this basically one Zelda dungeon, right? So like that's the scale of the game I'd wanted. And just kept getting, the style kept changing, this all sorts of stuff. You can see like I had started learning Substance Designer. So that portal looks cooler now in this version. There was an idea of like the player getting powers so that we could teleport to these, right? The lighting's all broken, but there was then like this underground cave that would lead you to other stuff, and yeah, it both got out of hand, but also at the same time was just poorly built because I didn't know what I was doing. So I just kept adding stuff, when really I should have just... I mean, I should have just added it to this area, but instead I kept adding it everywhere else. But yeah, it'd be nice to find the... I can tell you right now, though, this Bun Bun level, the Bun Bun main... is what became of the... Basically, I separated it out with that portal, right? And when I did that, I then went, okay, let's... like, you know what? Let us... keep designing this level. The level's getting something. And then, like, I kept implementing things like that, and then it just ended up becoming a new project at some point. And that's why I was saying, like, scope creep's terrible. Oh god, this might not even load right. Oh god. You can slowly see it getting better though, because like more and even though the materials and things like that are broken because how many times I updated the editor right there. So like this one has the lighting separated, so I would need to go to the old world settings to actually load it correctly. I don't remember. There's no house here, but there's supposed to be a house. Looks like. Tons of bad blueprints. Hey, look, our slimes. This is how I know we are getting closer to where I am now. Right? So I still have these slimes. This is still the style of rock. I have this area right here. Specifically became... So this is where it broke off. I started making a base. In this base, I started making an underground part. Here, I had to load into a new level. Or I didn't have to load into a new level, but I then broke it off into being like, oh, you know what? Let's make this different game idea. Let's make it where you leave from here. And the funny thing is the layout of this is still partially true in the game I have now. So like it went from there used to be a diner and gas station here because I wanted this to be the real world ish. And then I've ended up doubling the size of this, pushing this out this way. But from here, which just has different rocks around it now. But if we open up my main game, this viewpoint is still here. This is what I liked a lot. So I like the idea of being able to, like that Nathan Drake, right? Uncharted style of like seeing a point and you're going to go see that point, right? So like I wanted it to be where this lighthouse, not a lighthouse, but you know what I mean? This waterfall was, you could see it from almost everywhere on the map. So you knew like that's your destination. Up here, you know, had certain destination points. Over here had this is basically the shape of my map now. Anyways. Yeah, I'm sad I can't open the first one. The first project had the cool stuff. Like labs. Let's see what labs look like. Oh yeah, this was when it was going to be a train. So originally the game, you were going to go level to level on a train. And like I had broken out the labs that were on that first main island to be into its own level. Because I was like, we just need more levels. That's how we make the game bigger. Nope, I was dumb. Because it was going to be like, this is the labs, this is your house, this is that. Boom. No, don't do that. Just saying. It was going to have a dungeon where you could drive a car. All sorts of little plans. Anyways. That actually is this project. I'll show you guys my actual game so you know. What I'm comparing all of that to. Because it's not this. Just saying. I know it seems like that because I keep coming back to this game, but this is just a side project I've been working on for a couple months. I've probably been working on it actually like full-time. Not full-time, but only this for like 2 months or so. But I haven't been getting too much time into it. But we're slowly getting there, right? We're, so I want to add a button, like the button here for the doors, like enter, right? Instead of automatically teleporting us, we'll accept an input. So yeah, here, we just need to compile this. If I haven't gotten my point across about source creep, or I mean scope creep. But yeah, so like that game, I mean, it's taken so long because like there was like a year or two where I did nothing, you know, and that happened plenty of times where it's like, oh, I'm distracted because I'm watching a different streamer make games every day and not making my own stuff, and or like helping other people out. I did that for a while. And just my health also was not the best, so like there were tons of time where I just didn't work on my projects. Right? It happens. So that's why I'm like, in my head, I know I need to make stuff smaller. But yeah, so let's see. Okay, so we got this. We gotta fix that scale. I'm like we're in a horror movie now. Oh, it's because we're listening to the... It's random, so we're listening to random stuff from Heartbound. I was like, we're just so much, like, it changed up so much. Okay, cool. I might need to close this project to actually compile. Let's see. If it gives us an error or if it starts opening up. Oh, gotta... Yeah. So close this. All right. Did we hit compile? I don't even remember. Hey. Did we hit build? No, it's opening still, right? Like, I can tell by it not opening. I didn't realize it was late. Or later than I thought it was. This project's so weird where like I'll get it where it says it's failed once, right? And then I do it again. And it only happens sometimes. But that also can probably go with that one failed. Yeah, let's see. I don't remember what it was. It's some engine thing. Or some, not some engine thing, but some knee thing. I don't know. I done broke it. So that's done. Honestly, not too bad. So I think I like that camera system. We'll keep it for now. I do think we'll add the options to use it or not. And maybe I'll just set like some fixed cameras if there is a secret area, right? So instead of it interpreting to that area, it will instantly go over there type of thing. And we'll just have that as an option in the camera itself. Because then people kind of, you know, they can do what they want. At the end of the day, that's what I think matters the most, is like let players play the game they want. So yeah. But yeah, so my normal game. Hey, look, there's that slime again. Just he looks a little better now. Because the material's a little better, and technically he can dissolve into nothing. We can murder him. Ooh, that one. Lego. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna close my other game actually. I think I'm done with this for the night. Let's see if this opens. This one has a lot of apples, as you can tell from this screen. It's mainly about apples. There were about 40 apples over there. So obviously it's only about apples. Nothing else. Hey, look, my trees have barely gotten better. This project might crash at the moment because I am running it in the wrong mode. So water's turned off. Normally there's the Unreal water in here. But as you can tell, it's a very different and the same, right? So I evolved my style over the years. We still have those rocks. Look at that. But they're actually redone. So now, it's slowly getting applied to everything, but now I have a different rock material setup. But overall, it's a much larger map. This map is actually broken. That's one reason I haven't been showing it to people streaming the game. It's because this is actually the wrong map. I loaded the wrong one. But this one has we got a temple in here. We've got that isn't supposed to be this lit. But we've got all sorts of fun stuff. This is actually what on YouTube I have as like my thumbnail. Is this area? Just it's lit differently. But it's definitely a much different game than the first game I loaded up and was showing you guys. I need to fix some stuff, and that's why I've been working on my other stuff. But basically, this game, different story, different all sorts of stuff with it. This view, though, right here, is supposed to be the view that we had before. I can tell you for a fact it's the same rock right here. And it's supposed to be to a lighthouse that's over here. But the lighthouse is currently not loaded. And that's why I was saying, like, it's kind of broken right now. But, like, the same hole would be down here. You can tell. It's because I was working on something and then I didn't undo it, and then I haven't spent time to fix it. And that's why I haven't been over here. But overall, this game's a lot more detailed and has a lot more stuff in it. Players still don't have clothes. But the style's a little different. All sorts of little things. Where here's more done. I've been coming in here and fixing certain things. I need to fix that. Oh, input's broken. Cool. Oh no, it's not. There we go. It's broken, but not broken. Nice, perfect. I'll have to fix that. But yeah, so crashed. With that though, like that's something I just have to go back and fix. That's the goal. But I think I'm gonna end the stream. Let's see if on Twitch I can raid someone, and I guess I'll link in YouTube. We'll see who is on. Let us see. You know what? Nate is over here doing some music. Nate is pretty awesome. Oh, he's got long hair. Nate does music for indies and other stuff. Pretty great streamer, pretty great dude. So go check him out. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping in. If you haven't already, hit the follow button, and if you want to, you can hit the subscribe button on YouTube. There is also the links for these things. Where's the button? Let's do. If you want to follow me here, and then also don't forget to join the Discord, where I post art and different stuff. Anyways, thank you guys. Hopefully, have a good night, evening, whatever it is for you, and I will see y'all later. I should be streaming Friday. I believe I have it added to the schedule on Twitch. You can check that out. Hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Crap, lost the button.